Morning, hello. Groete allemaal. Come and take your seat. Whatever is comfortable for you, but do ensure that if you're sitting in swastikasana, the hip bones are at least in line with the inner knees, so that you have a sense of being able to soften the inner thighs, completely soften and release your inner groins. Remove the buttock flesh back so that you expose the knuckles of the buttock bones onto whatever support you've taken, be it the ground, be it your brick, foams, bolster, blanket. Rest your hands onto the knees as if you're almost allowing the fingers to gently cup over the knees and letting go from the inner thighs. A softening, like a stream of energy flowing to the hands, to the inner knees. Allow that cupping of the hands to feel like they're containing the knees, so that the knees don't infinitely flow out and disconnect. The hands over the knees allow a sense of drawing back, containing that energy from the outer knees to the outer hips. Allowing the hips to feel a sense of containment as well, almost as if you're compacting at the hips, bringing the femur heads, the bony structure of the top of the thigh bones, a little more closely to each other. So there's a sense of being able to release the abdomen back from that containment. Broad, soft abdominal cavity resting into the back body. Allowing the back body, particularly the lumbar, the sacroiliac area, to broaden, spread, receiving the front body, holding the front body, and then lift right from the base of the sacrum, the front of the spine upwards. From that sense of settling the base, being contained in the base of the pose, there's a dynamic lift upwards from the front of the tailbone, front of the sacrum, all the way to the base of the skull. Let your eyes softly come close, top eyelid to melt to the bottom. Release the lower jaw right from the base of the earlobes so that the teeth are well parted with the lips lightly touching. And release the tongue into the floor of the mouth, soft tongue. Resting into the support of the floor of the mouth. Soften the upper palate, so that the mouth cavity becomes spacious, vast. And then allow the breath to come and rest in the body as it gently flows in, flows out, following its own path, its own course. And as the breath just freely flows in and out of the body, keeping the shoulders relaxed, the inner elbows soft. Bring your palms, your fingers to meet in front of the heart center. Atmanjali Mudra, that seal of the Atman, soul. Keeping your awareness, your mind resting in the breath. Gently, internally, chanting Om. And you might today find that there are a number of Oms as you chant in, and a number of Oms as you silently chant Om as you exhale. Let those Oms come in their own rhythm, in their own flow, like their gentle own ways. but do 3 deeper, longer inhalations and exhalations. When you've completed that 3rd exhale, gently bow your head to your heart, allowing your heart to draw upwards to your head, spreading open, wide. Making your own inner acknowledgements. Setting your intention for your practice today, whatever it might be. And if there is none, that's also okay. Just allowing the practice to flow full and free and open. Release your hands onto your inner knees, thighs. Raise your head. Gently open your eyes. So welcome. We continue along this journey of our yoga practice and life. So we're going to start off this morning. Have your 2 bricks handy. And before we even get going, take your belt, making a, excuse me, a loop with the belt so that if you hook your thumbs into the loop, the thumbs are going to be more or less in that armpit chest area, so slightly narrower than the shoulders, but not too much. And when we do ultimately place the belt on, so I will be lying down, but so that you can see now, there's the fold of the elbow, but the belt is going to go just above the elbow fold, so that when I'm lying down, I won't have to sit up. And place it aside and come lying down. Bend your legs, place your head, back of the head, shoulders onto the floor. Roll your shoulders down and broadly become aware of your shoulder blades. Scrub your shoulder blades towards your buttocks. So pull with your hands, or in fact push with your hands on the sticky mat and pull your shoulders, your shoulder blades down the back body. Feel what happens to the back waist, the upper buttocks. Can you pull those down as well? So right from the collarbones spreading, it's like the collarbones cascade over to the floor. The back of the shoulders, the shoulder blades, the upper buttocks all draw towards the wall. Keep the hands there and then extend your legs fully away from you. If you're not close enough to the wall where you really open the feet into the wall, come up once more, shift yourself a little closer, push with your hands on the sticky mat. Collarbones rolling over the shoulders. Pin your outer shoulder heads down. Lengthen your upper buttocks towards your heels and now extend your legs away from you. And now, even if you're a little bit too close, push into the feet and re-establish, especially this lower back, this upper buttocks, lengthening. Feel as if the tailbone settling into the body comes towards the pubis, and the pubis in turn settles back to the tailbone. So it's like you almost compact from front to back, ever so slightly. There's a sense of containment. So remember, in the sitting, you had that compactness from the outer hips to the medial line. Now you're having front to back and back to front. And in that settling, let the abdomen broadly settle back. Let go your hands and rest here. Close your eyes for a moment. Supta Tadasana. Supta is supine, lying on the back. Tada is a mountain. So feel like you are the steady, stable mountain lying in the earth. Bring your awareness back to the breath, and as you breathe in, extend and lengthen. So breathing up the front of the spine to the collarbones, and down the back body to the heels, and then breathing out. Settle the whole of the abdominal cavity back, and settle your front thighs to your back thighs. So the inhalation allows the extension in both directions. The exhalation allows a softening, a deepening back of the front body to the back body. Shins, thighs, abdomen, collarbone, shoulder heads, all deepening to the back body. Feel the support that the earth behind you is loaning that space behind you. And allow yourself to rest in that support. Like a mini shavasana in a way, except there's awareness in the breath and a sense of contributing to that moving into the back body. From there, bring up the legs, roll over to the side, come up, take your two bricks, putting them parallel to each other, and just maybe 2 centimeters between the brick to allow the spine. You might want to bring a blanket or a foam just in case. So, lying back, legs bent, just like you did in Supta Tadasana, except now you're going to take those 2 parallel bricks and put them underneath your back ribs, underneath your shoulder blades, so that there's maybe half a centimeter. In fact, have your shoulders right in line with the bricks. Then you're going to do that pushing action to bring the shoulders maybe a centimeter over the top of your bricks. If the head throws strongly back and the throat is pumping up, take the support for the back of your head so that the back and the front of the throat are long and open. Legs are bent. Take your belt, that loop, and put the looped belt just above your elbow joint, like I demonstrated right in the beginning. Stretch your arms to the ceiling, extend into the fingertips, and check your inner elbows. Are they facing forwards, outwards? Can you rotate your palms completely back or out so that the inner elbows turn towards each other? So now the inner elbows are such, and those lower upper arms are hitting onto the belt. Maintain that action and turn your palms to face each other. Extend from the belt to your fingertips. Extend from your belt to press your shoulders into the bricks. From that, shoulders down the back body, upper buttocks towards the heels, even if you already need to lift your buttocks and lengthen them. Now pressing into the belt, lock your elbows, take your arms up and over your head to where your arms enable you to keep these lower front ribs broad and soft in a way. Just like the abdomen's resting back, and you keep a broadness and a passivity in this area so the heart center remains open. Spreading. No need to harden or pump that area up. If anything, spread your back ribs into the mat behind you. Reach into your fingertips, even if the arms are up here. Remember, extend from the belt to the fingertips, from the belt to
plug those upper arms into the shoulder socket. It's where your shoulders enable you to go. From there, long upper buttocks, extend your heels away from you. Reaching, if you're in the wall, what great. If you're not, just feel like if you extend your heels a little bit further, I'll be at the wall. And once more, coming back to the breath and that breathing process. So breathe out, allow the front thighs to settle back, allow the abdomen to settle back. As you breathe in, let the back of the abdomen, the front of the spine extend upwards. Still breathing in, let the shoulders, shoulder blades, upper buttocks, heels reach to the wall. Breathe out, abdomen, front thighs, collarbones, back. Follow the rhythm of your breath. Breathing in, up the front of the back body, down the back body. Breathing out, thighs, abdomen, collarbones, back. Let the breath be smooth, rhythmic. A gentle, just awareness on the breath, gentle ujjayi breathing. Ujjayi means to uplift. So we're uplifting the breath, we're changing it from that unconscious dynamic to a conscious rhythm where we are subtly controlling. As you breathe in, as you breathe out, check where the tension might be establishing itself. Maybe the toes rigid. Can you soften them somewhat? Can you roll the inner groins down to the floor as the front thighs move to the thigh bone? Soften them. Soften the tongue to the floor there. So that there's capacity for the breath to flow freely. So with that effort, there's an effortlessness. Bring your arms up, remove your belt, bend your legs, pause for a moment, just check how the shoulders feel, and roll over to your right, come sitting. Okay. Remove your bricks, remove your belt, and come standing up, Tadasana. For today, have the feet apart, parallel the feet, and put your belt on. So just like we were lying in Supta Tadasana, you want to rotate the inner elbows to look at each other and then turn the palms. So you extend from the inner elbow to the fingertips, from the outer elbow, retract those upper arms into the shoulder sockets. So press your shoulder blades, your shoulders onto those bricks. Broaden and spread the abdomen so that these lower front ribs can broaden and spread back. And then as you lengthen your upper buttocks, it's a compacting, subtle, energy-wise, of tail to pubis, pubis to tailbone. So as much as you're getting this compactness of bringing the hips in towards each other, the femur heads in towards each other, there's a gentle containment back to front as front to back, so that you get a complete softening of the abdominal cavity spreading back. In Tadasana with the arms facing forward. With the feet down, firm up the legs. Lift the front of the back body and release the back body broadly all the way through to the heels. Head in neutral, now bring the arms up and over, just like you were doing in Supta Tadasana.
Breathe in, lift the front of the back body. Shoulders away from the ears, shoulder blades, upper buttocks through the heels. Breathe out, front thighs back, abdomen back, collarbones back. Come back to the free flow of your breath. If the arms are here, it doesn't matter. It's more about keeping the integrity of the trunk, the legs in Tadasana. And then our shoulders will do what our shoulders have the capacity to do. Some of you might be able to even pump open your armpits without disturbing the lower front ribs. Get in neutral. Breathe. Lift your lower back ribs broadly up to your index finger. And then bring the arms forward, down, release, and let go. Come and lie on your abdomen. Take your chair and put your chair at the end of your mat. And come and lie down. Just rest your forehead for a moment, or in fact, maybe look up at me. You're going to raise the right leg up. I'll lift this left leg. You want to roll the inner thigh back. This is my inner groin. This wants to lift up and pin as if to the ceiling as I stretch the leg away. So I'm getting the very center of the front thigh, the front of the shin onto the floor. So lift your right leg up, roll that inner groin up to the ceiling, pin it onto its thigh bone and bring that right leg down. Stretch into the toes. Same with your left leg. Roll that inner thigh back, pin that inner groin to its thigh bone. So you're onto the center of the front of the leg. And come and lie down. Place your wrist onto the front edge of the chair. Look at your hands. Stretch your fingers away. Reach the fingers away and down. And press the palms into the chair as if you're going to push the back legs of the chair deep into the floor. Retract your upper arms into the shoulder socket and release your head. Hopefully your forehead comes to the floor. I'm just going to lift so that you can hear me a little more easily. Now, roll the shoulders down the back body. Scrub the shoulder blades to the upper buttocks to the heels. As you breathe out, front thighs back, abdomen back, softening to the back body as you inhale. Lift the back of the abdomen up the front of the back body, shoulders, shoulder blades, upper buttocks, down the back body, exhale. Soften the abdomen back. Tail to pubis, pubis to tailbone, that connection there. And now settling your upper arms into the shoulder socket, can you pump open your armpits and lengthen them to the chair? And then come up, release your hands and just rest your forehead on the back of your hands just for a moment. Let go the shoulders. Then come up, take your bricks on their narrow edge and put your front leg of your chair onto your brick. For those of you with shoulder and neck issues, the first stage might be as far as you can go. That's fine. So you will just repeat stage one. Otherwise, once more, wrists onto the front edge of the chair, reach the palms away, right from the inner elbows, press those back legs into the floor. Retract your upper arms into the shoulder socket and release your head. Your head might not come to the floor now. That's fine. But lengthen your upper buttocks. Front thighs back. Abdomen back as you breathe out. Breathing up the front of the back body. Down the back body. Breathe out. Abdomen, front thighs back. Press the palms, especially the root of the index finger, the thumb.
Feel where it doesn't want to touch and make it touch. I so often say in the classes, what's light, make heavy. What's heavy, make light. And then lift your head, release your arms, just rest your forehead on the back of your hands, relax your legs, heels out, toes in, let go for a moment. Feel the warmth in the shoulders. And from that, come kneeling up. Take your belt once more and putting the buckle behind your ankles. I know for some of you this isn't absolutely right. Bring your heels together so that you tie the belt that tight, that no space between the heels. And come and sit. Top of the feet to the floor. And come and sit in Vajrasana. And just check when you sit, are those heels together? Even lift up, separate the buttock flesh, squeeze the buttocks subtly towards each other and bring those heels a little closer. And then from there, folding forwards, long front body, rest your forehead. If the forehead doesn't come down, please put a support there. Interlock your fingers behind your back, broaden your collarbones and pull your shoulders, your shoulder blades towards your upper buttocks. And then cupping your palms, lock your elbows and take your arms up and over your. Breathe. Lift the palms as you spread the collarbones and pull the shoulders up and over. Then take your arms over to the right. Pull with your right hand so the left arm comes further. Forehead centered, sacrum centered. Breathe. Come up to center and now go to the left. Lock the elbows. Use your left arm to pull the right arm over a little more. Where there's resistance, can you let go? Soften as you breathe out into that space. Come up to center. Once more, a little tug up and over and release your arms. Palms up. Balasana. Child pose. Let go. Interlock your fingers the other way. So the little finger of the right hand might be behind now. Once more, spread the collarbones, pull the shoulders back, cup your palms, lock your elbows and take the arms up and over. Space between the base of the sternum and the sternal notch, so don't scrunch that up to bring the arms over. Breathe. Smooth, even breathing. Let go any tension. Pull your arms to the right. Pull your left arm with your right. More. Go a little further. Come up to center. And go to the left. With that left shoulder and the right shoulder, pull the left a little more. Come up to center, come up and over and release. Heels together, come sitting up. Now come sitting up and tuck the toes under. Tuck the little toe under especially. Heels together and come and sit. Wonderful for arthritis. Open, spread, especially across that ball of the arch of the ball of the foot. Bring your arms forward, your
Right index finger in front of the left, interlock the fingers, lock your elbows. Look at those inner elbows facing each other. Dome the palms. Spreading those lower front ribs. Let your lower back ribs be broad to receive these. And now, as you take your arms up, lift your lower back ribs to your little finger. Head in neutral. Shoulder blades broadly down the back. Lengthen the upper buttocks. And as you squeeze your arms towards each other, can you take your arms as far back as possible and bring your chin to your chest? Lift your lower back ribs up so your chest comes to your chin. Raise your head, release your arms. Bring your left index finger on top of the right. Invert the palms away from you. Lock your elbows, upper arms into the shoulder socket. The lower front ribs broad as you take your arms up and over your head. Lift your back ribs. Lift your side ribs. Lift up. It will get rid of some of that stress in the arch of the ball of the foot. Release the chin towards the chest. Breathe. Armpits open. Pump them open. Shoulder blades into the back. Go a little further. Raise your head. Release your arm. Come up. Stretch the toes back. Come sitting Vajrasana. Just for a moment. So comfortable now. And then releasing your legs to the side. Remove your belt. Stretch your legs just for a moment. The knees might be feeling a bit stressed. For those of you that do have knee issues, you can always do that sequence onto the chair. Unfortunately, your feet won't get the benefits, but at least the shoulders, which is our main focus for today, the shoulders will be able to open in all these poses. Others, if they're knee issues, you can put a blanket behind the back of the knees, or come and sit on 2 or 3 foams so that the knees remain a little open. And then you can do all those sequences. Gamukasa. I'm going to face towards you now. Hands to on all fours, lifting your left leg over your right and bring the one knee on top of the other. To demonstrate to the back, if I lift my left leg over my right, I want the feet as close together. Release this calf to come and sit back so that you're sitting as much as you can your left buttocks onto your right leg. Compact the hips, tailbone to pubis, pubis to tailbone. Come and sit. Gamukasa, head of the cow. Extending your left arm out, roll this whole arm up and out. So this inner upper arm wants to externally rotate, just like in dog stretch. But then from the elbow, turn the palm back, take the arm back, slide your hand up your back, stretch the right arm up, rotate this arm in the armpit, turn the whole arm back, and now hold the fingers. Compact your outer hips. Broadly settle the abdomen back and breathe. Up the front body. Breathe out, down the back body. Abdomen broadly settles back at all times. It's as if the front of the abdomen rests to the back of the abdomen. That back abdomen settles to the spine, and they, united, lift up. Pump open your right armpit and ease your left side ribs a little more to that left arm. And then release, let go. Come up onto all fours and let's do the other leg. Right leg up and over. Feet as close together as possible. And from there, sitting back. Letting the right buttocks come as best as possible to the left heel. So you come to sit, ultimately both buttocks on both heels. They're like a little pitta, a little pedestal. Unpack the hips, abdomen back, extend your left arm up, a right arm, inner upper arm rolls back, forearm rolls in, take this arm back and slide it up, left arm. Grip the fingers. If you can't grip, of course use a belt. Elbows away from each other, your hands or the belt deep into the back to lift the sternum. Pump open that left armpit. Ease your right side ribs a little more to the right so that both lungs can breathe equally. And from there, release, let go, and undo the legs. Once more, left leg over the right. Now, separate your feet as wide as you can and come and sit in between your feet. Right leg, slide a little more away, left leg, bring it together. If you find that both buttocks, especially your left one, is not heavily into the floor, have a support, have 2 phones, have 3 bricks. But make sure that this left buttock is the heavy one, that your right buttock be light. And then from there, extending your left arm up. Let's swap round for today. So take that right arm, rolling it back, take it down, left arm up, Gomukha-san. Lift your sternum to the sternum arch. Ensure that this space up the front of the back body remains longer and longer as you go forwards. Pin your left buttocks down. Pin your outer left hip down. Pump open your left armpit and come forwards. Long sternum. Pin that left outer hip down. Once you've gone to your maximum, release your arms, rest your forearms down, and just completely let go. Surrender. Soften the groins. Breathe. Check where there's tension. Let go there. Come up. Come up onto all fours. Release your left leg. Wrap the right leg over the left. Separate the feet and come and sit. So now the right buttock wants to be heavy. Gomukha is the head of the cow. So you want these horns to be equidistant from the cow's head, not a lopsided head. And from there, extending this arm out, tuck it under. And from there, coming forwards. I'm going to come up and swap round because we did the other way. Lengthen. Lengthen the sternum. Ease the side ribs forward. Lift that, raise the upper arms, elbow up, like it's a light shining to the ceiling. And from there, release, let go, and completely let go. Soften the groins. Like in Balasana, surrender. Inhale will come up onto all fours as you exhale, just be there. The knees have been compacted for a while, so turn yourself around, be on all fours, extend the right leg back, tuck the toes under, and move the front thigh back. Release the right leg, do the left leg. And from there, tuck both toes, sets of toes under Adho Mukha Sthana. Breathe.
Squeeze your knees laterally. On the inside of the knee, squeeze out. On the outside of the knee, squeeze in. Connecting your upper arms into the shoulder socket. Roll the inner upper arms up to the ceiling. Grip your outer upper arms to the bone. And then pump open your armpit. So much so that you want to feel as if your head's going to touch the floor. Spread those lower front ribs. Broaden the lower back ribs to receive the front ribs. And release. Come down. Part your knees, big toes together. Rest your forehead onto the back of your hands and breathe. Let go. If this is a difficult position for you, just for today, it's our last pose. Take yourself onto the chair and fold your forearms and sit forward. But let the back of the neck just be. If the back round, let it be. Breathe. And from there, come up. And come and lie yourself down for Shavasana. Legs are bent, just like we did at the very beginning of the practice. Grip the edge of your sticky mat. Pull the sticky mat. You can see how I'm actually shifting. So pulling the sticky mat away, I broaden the collarbones. I roll the shoulders down. I have a capacity then to go onto the front of my shoulder heads. Shoulder blades to buttocks, buttocks to heels. Curl, coil the tailbone in. Staying like this, extend your legs away from you. Bring your feet together. Pull into your heels, inner, outer heels. Now breathe in, pull, deep inhalation, pull with your hands, push with your hands, push with your heels. Breathe out, abdomen back once more. Breathe in, press the shoulder heads down and let go. Bring the palms up and out. Have a few breaths, focusing on the exhalation, letting the whole of the front body rest into the back body. Feel as you surrender the back body into the earth, how the earth in turn rises to meet and support you. And trusting in that support. Let go completely. Gently, gradually allow the breath to become a little fuller, filling this inner body. Right to the tips of the fingers, the soles of the feet, the tips of the toes, crown of the head. Roll your legs towards each other, one by one, drawing up the leg. Rest the back deep into the floor. Extend your right arm over your head and roll completely onto the right side. Keeping the head passive, let it be the last thing that comes reluctantly off the earth as you come sitting in Sukhasana, happy, contented pose as you bring your palms to Padma and Shavasana.
resting the mind and the heart. Let the breath soften back to me. Namaste.